No, we will be starting in about a minute now. We're just waiting for a green light for them to go out on track, and we'll expecting a lot of teams going out right away because they've got only you've got basically only this 1 hour for practice, and then we're into quali session. For those of you who are interested, I am the only commentator this weekend. So basically, you're going to see me for this practice. You're going to see me for the sprint shootout, the sprint, quali, and the race itself. So Ryan is out this weekend, and it's also the end of term, getting towards the end of the term. So it's going to be interesting. Not steak yet because one of our jokes on screen is that we've got some of the teams have renamed themselves, and how they rename themselves has been interesting. Looking at what you guys are saying in chat right now, we do have our again. FP1 has just started, just started, and they're following basically Joe coming out, but he's not the first one. Ocon, Hulkenberg, Magnussen, I think Joe and Bottas are the first five out on track. So we have a green flag. FP1 has started on my stream already. 59 minutes, 15 seconds left in this session. Joe's not out first. There were a couple other cars that got out ahead of him. RS saying that Joe can surprise here. Why so, RS? Why do you think so? Just looking at right now. So right now I'm gonna throw the emotes into chat for you guys to see what the special emotes that we have for our subscribers. We also have a Discord channel, and that has been active. Oh God, has it been active this past week? I think one of the other stories that's going on right now is Fernando basically locked up himself with Aston Martin for the next 2 years. So that's basically a piece of the driver market that has established itself. What this means, it puts more pressure on to essentially Carlos Sainz. What he's the big piece that's still out there at the moment, unless Max does a jump from Red Bull. But I kind of doubt that's going to happen. Perez just came out of the pits. Still early right now. Don't I mean like I know like Magazine's got a purple sector, Stroll's got a purple. I'd wait a little bit. Tires are not correct. Those tires. You got what are you talking about, Super 23? Are you apologizing? Not steak. Oh, I mean it's kick. Don't worry about it. COVID is one of the reasons. And then it's how China handled COVID is another reason why. I mean, like we could have gone to China last year, but it was no guarantee that we were going to get out of China for for like 3 months. So there was a lot of how China handled COVID. Is why we haven't been there past 4 years. Well, I mean, the other name for the stake team is actually Kick, which is basically the online streaming platform that allows gambling on it. I just heard about Marco's statement on science, um, and I don't know what Marco is doing, saying stuff like that. Uh, it's still early right now. Okay, the only ones, I mean, we're starting to see some of our first laps. We're seeing some of the, some installation laps. I know the map is not fully in place just yet, and it sometimes takes a little bit of while to get this map calibrated for our purposes. So right now, the only two people who are in the pits is the Ferraris, Leclerc and Sainz. Everyone is out on track or in an out lap or have done a few laps. Max just jumped to the top of the board with 139, 497, and he did that on mediums. Gasly's second with a second and an eight and 1/10 behind. So Rocky in the chat is talking about the gravel tracks. So basically, one of the big changes is that they took out a lot of the astroturf around the track, and they put in gravel traps close to. So basically, is much more punishing if you go off track or you put your wheels off track. Leaf and why Sonoda at 80. I have no clue why. That diagram apparently is not getting things right. It's been a bit fluky lately, so I wouldn't trust that as a particular piece of information. If you're curious about tires, I actually go to the F1 website. You go to F1's and go to live timing. They'll have a set of information there. I will refer to that every so often when I need to look at that information with more precision. So, and Paul is saying that the only lap record that she know of is a 132.238, and that was done by Schumacher in 2004. Yeah, the times they're showing are pretty accurate, Disgruntled. Just lately, the past two races, I've noticed the when it shows tire information, it's been not exactly correct. Madigan just jumped to P2 with a 40. Okay, so we got some. Magnussen just jumped. Stroll got ahead of him, and then Ocon got ahead of him. So we're looking at 138.689 for Ocon. Stroll did a 140.084, and then Magnussen did a 140.485. What is going on? Why are the Ferraris not out? That's interesting. me. So I'm looking at what's going on at the moment. Alonso just jumped to a P2 with a 139.508. I think he just did another lap, improved on his time, 139.110. Yeah, Hamilton is on a hard tire, so that's so is Ricardo and Sonoda. So again, it is practice. So we are looking at um, so again, we're looking at teams doing different types of uh, programs. So not necessarily doing the, you know, flat out fast as you can go. I mean, that's typically what we'll see is Max comes out, does his puts the line in the sand type and see if everyone comes close to it. Huckelberg used medium tires. The only two people on soft is Ocon and Gasly, which are P5 and P11 respectively. We have not seen the Ferraris out yet, and that is interesting that they have not come out. Why? Again, we're 11 minutes into the session already, and they're not out. What is going on? Yeah, Max is just using mediums. Perez is using mediums as well. He's only with a half a tenth behind Max now with the time he just set. So he's just jumped up to P2. What is going on? Yeah, the Ferraris are now on track. They just came out. So it took them about 12 minutes to get onto track. Yeah, there's something up with our tire data. That is not correct. Most people are on mediums. There's a few on hards, and the only ones on softs are the Alpines. Right. Reason? Did they give a reason? Yeah, there was no reason for given why Ferrari took forever to get out, and I don't know what's going on. Looking at you guys right now, I've seen some people are Max fans, Sainz fans, Perez fans, Norris fan is out there. Ocon just to the fastest sector one with 25.5 to 1. Improves in his second sector time. One of the other stories this weekend is that Ricardo has a new chassis. We have a red flag. What happened? Oh, oh, there's grass is on fire. Inside of turn 7, grass is on fire. So red flag, everyone. Yeah, grass is on fire. This is okay, everyone in chat. Tell me how I stopped how I caused this one. And please don't spam chat. You know, it was once was nice, but 15 not enough. Too much. Electric car setting grass on fire. Wow, that's evolved pretty fast. That's moving. The grass caught on fire. So, as things go, red flags don't stop the time in practice. So here we go. We've got the fire crew coming out to put the. Oh God. It's a new one. Nope, no one crashed. Grass caught on fire. The grass needs to be fired. Grass needs to be. The grass crashed. 11. How did the? It was probably dry. It's the only way that it would catch on fire. Oh, free practice is lit. Ventures to Mad, you have one chat so far. So we've got 43 minutes left in this session while the grass burns on fire. Welcome to the Race Physics YouTube channel, where we have live coverage of grass burning. Literally. Again, this is our coverage of Free Practice 1, which has now been red flagged. I want to thank the 2,419 who are watching right now. I apologize for my abilities to cause the grass to combust on fire. For those who don't know, because I do practices, I see the most red flags on this channel. So this is a new way to start a new streak. They will continue. It should. Ethan Bond, at least it's not a drain hole cover. That is true. It's not a drain hole cover. No, no crash. It's just the grass is on fire. That's so bizarre. Has it gone green again? I don't know. I gotta see. I don't. Grass is on fire. It will be. That's a good question. We have no clue what caused the fire as of yet. I don't think we've been given a restart time just yet. So we're still technically red flag. But we're now waiting to go back to green. Okay, they are lined up, and now we have gone green. So Albon is the first one out onto track, and it looks like Sainz is next, followed by Sargent, Mister Who is a what is a kilometer. So after a fire caused, that was about 5 minutes we lost due to that fire. So God, the Billy Joel jokes in chat are on point. Uh, One of the Chinese fans has a I used to believe in science, now I believe in science. Oh, those are horrible jokes. Ollie Behrman is in the paddock this weekend. So Os- Oscar Leclerc, Sargent, Russell, Sainz, Notice coming out, Cardo's on track. So we've got a few on track right now. I'm just looking at what you guys are saying. Oh my god. Reference to the doors, babe. Come on, baby, light my fire. Okay, RS. Oh boy. We got people thinking that Red Bull will dominate this weekend. Is it Red Bull as in Max and Checo, or RB as in Sonoda and Ricardo? I got him to ask for this one. Oh, Felix just quoted Ring of Fire, Johnny Cash. Okay, Adele set fire to the rain. Oh my god. Um, Hulkenberg has improved in his times, by the way. Still has fastest sector one. I don't think anyone has really improved on their times as of yet. Give it a minute, or so we'll get some new lap times. Brandon, do you think this will be be Ricardo's last chance to race? I don't think so. I think he will definitely race in Miami. I don't think we're at a point unless something distracts. If he like destroys his chassis in this race or this weekend, something disastrous like that has to happen. Um, so we got gravel on the exit at 10 because one of the Ferraris went off. Yeah, no, it's gonna unless something like if Ricardo bins his car and the chassis is destroyed, he's gone. That is going to be he's at there is no more hiding for Ricardo. There is no more excuses. There's not it is either put up or shut up at this point. We just had Hulkenberg jump up to P3. Leclerc is in P4 right now on the board. Sainz is coming around. I don't think he's improved in his times. Just trying to see who else right now is improving on times. Not much at the moment. Oscar's done a P 140.222, which just puts him at P15 right now. But he's on. I think he's on a hard tire. Check that. All right. Actually, he's at P19 on this board. He is on a hard tire. So, top three: Verstappen, Perez, Hulkenberg, all have done on medium tires, whereas Leclerc right now is on a soft tire. Stroll, Alonso are P5, P6. They were on hard tires last. Joe is at P7. That's great for the crowd. He's in the pit though. He did last one on 6. Looking right now. Janet Vasquez thinks Alpine will score points. They could. I mean, it's a matter of if they get their act together, they should be able to score a point. Why is George so far down? He's been on hard tires, if I understand. Basically, he's been doing other programs that are not quality related. Again, they've got to do all of their programs in this 1 hour. So race related, quality related, degradation related, all have to happen in this hour, and we lost about 5 minutes to the fire on the grass. I saw Alpine moving past it, said, "Nah, it's too much for me to handle." Oof. And there is traffic on this track now. Ooh, ooh, and who we got Hamilton doing emergency ditching to get off the track. Has damage on rear brakes. That is Hamilton brakes were smoking. Wait, Hamilton just went through the pits. Hamilton did not stop. Hamilton is a pit drive through. Um, so Hamilton passes the Haas, and then his brakes make. He's going by Oscar, and he ends up into the pits. Hamilton thinks he gets pushed off by. He says it's pushed off by Lando, and then the engineer tells him it's Oscar. Actually, Oscar. Mark that as showing up in the F1 radio later this year. Take a look at what. That's so Science has just jumped to the top of the board, and now his teammate has just passed him. So Leclerc does a 138.130. Science does a 138.382. So it's a point 252, so a quarter of a second uh, difference between Leclerc and Science. Hamilton has been so Hamilton's been given a black and white flag for failing to follow the directors crossing the pit lane at pit entry. No, that's an obvious black and white flag. Martin Bono's guys will be 2 seconds faster at the end of FP1. I don't think it'll be in FP1. I think you're right about 2 seconds, but it won't be end of this session. It will definitely during the quali. They will quali session. Um, we've got. I think that's Oscar going off track. So, oh, no. It's a random person. Black and white flag is a sportsmanship flag. So most of the time, you'll hear the black and white flag because someone's gone off track one more time. That's the steward's warning to a competitor to stop doing what they're doing. You will see the black and white flag. Anything related to the pit lane. So if they cross the pit lane, dangerous driving. Um, So that no, black and white flag is not for a damaged car. If a car is damaged, there's a mechanical flag. That's which we refer to as the meatball flag. It's a black with a orange dot. We have not seen a mechanical flag flown in a while, to be quite honest. But black and white is sport unsportsmanlike conduct. Weaving on a straight is another one. So in the last few minutes or so, we've got a shakedown. The top six is uh, Clerk Sykes, Verstappen, Perez, Hulkenberg, Norris. Gasly's in that top seven. Stroll, Alonso 8, 9, and Joe is 10th. It's dangerous for because of the speeds they're going at. It's dangerous driving. Also, it's can be unfair for the person, particularly when someone's behind you and they're trying to pass. Um, like basically they're trying to like getting line on you, and if you're weaving all over the place, you're basically making yourself bigger than you should be. Ocon just jumped up to P6. Norris is seventh. Teammate Gasly is eighth. Special Alexis, I don't can't believe we're 7 seconds off 2019. Well, it is still we got half of the session to go. Also, these times could tumble pretty quickly. These could tumble pretty quickly in that quality session that we'll see in the next session. I want to thank everyone here right now. We got 2,419 watching right now. Actually, 3,000 194 are watching right now. We've got 274 likes. Now's a great time to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. We will go live for every session. We do live for every session for F1. That's practices, um, the sprint quality, the quality session itself, and the race itself. Tire of the Ferraris on? That's a good question. Right now, they are on soft tires. Science has just gone to the pits. I think he is the only one who's gone into the pits right now. So this track is full, so there is traffic out there. Again, I want to thank over the 3,000 of you who are watching right now. This is the Racing Nation's Future channel, and you are listening to Crash with you, giving you live coverage of FP1, answering your questions in chat, telling you how the grass is on fire. That's a new one. Right now, the Williams, both Albon and Sargent are on out laps, so this is their first laps around before doing a fast lap. Will probably be like to what I'd expect. 25 minutes to go in this session right now. And Charles just set a new fastest lap of 138.090. Adds about half of a tenth to his a gap to his teammate. No, no red flag yet. We didn't get another fire on the grass. So Albin and Sargent both did an out lap and have come right back into the pit. So they did some sort of installation lap. They're testing something. So Hamilton right now is on hard tires. So is Alonso and Ricciardo. So they're not doing a fastest blazing lap. They're doing some sort of other program on those tires. We do have a mix of all the compounds right now, which is interesting. It means that teams are doing different things out there on track. Is Science coming back out? We don't. He is in the garage. They were doing. I think they're tinkering with something in the front of his car at the moment. So it may be a few minutes before he comes back on track. Rocky pointing out that Danny Rick has a new chassis, and again, this is pretty much with that new chassis. Basically, the argument there's no more arguments about what is wrong. Is it the car? Is it him? It is you know it's up to him to do his job. We have Leclerc in the pits and Williams in the pit. So Ferrari and Williams are in the pit right now. Everyone else is on track doing some sort of program at the moment. Professor of logic is saying that probably going to be medium and hards for the race, and that's probably the given the degradation on this track. That's to be expected, and basically the softs are the only ones being used during like this the the sprint qualies. So for those who are curious about the sprint quali, it'll be about 3 hours from now, little less than 3 hours from now. Again, when this session's gonna go another 20 minutes, we're at 20 minutes in this session, 21 minutes, I should say. And then we'll have a 2.5 hour break. So that puts us about 2 hours and 50 minutes, essentially. For those who are curious about, when it is in your local time, go to the F1 website. There's actually a module on the website that will, if you scroll down, it will show you all of the sessions in your local time. You can convert to track time back to your local time. It's sponsored by Rolex, obviously. It's a great mod. I use it over and over to make sure I know what I'm doing. Merrick, if you're seeing lag, try and refresh your browser window. Every so often, YouTube will have a hiccup. And Hamilton just did a lap that's point 7, I think 9 off of Leclerc's fastest time. So we're not really seeing any improvements in times right now. It's delayed by a few seconds, Jazz. Depends on where you are in the world, how delayed it is. But right now, everyone on track is basically doing some sort of program that is not. Uh, what exactly does sprint mean? So, Gasly. So, this weekend, the format for the weekend is that basically we have free practice one, which is this session, and then the next session is what we call the sprint shootout, which is essentially a qualification style session to set the order for a sprint race. A sprint. So tomorrow, where we would have FP3, we would have this. We have the sprint race instead. So it's another race, shorter, which hence sprint. With the sprint race, typically everyone goes on one compound for the whole race. It's that short. It's that short. And I have to go look up how long that how long those, how many laps that sprint race is. Um, and it is a point generating race. So if you take first, it's 8 points if you're in first, and it drops 1 point down, where eighth place gets 1 point. And these are points towards the championship. This is not quality. This is just FP1, for instance. Quali will be next in about 2.5 hours change. Because it's different. Part of the issue with the sprint is that the way had been set up previously, the sprint, and in some ways had been basically a previously one of the orders was basically they do the sprint race. The order of the sprint race sets up the order of the Grand Prix. So a lot of people were looking at it as just essentially at that time, but that's changed up. We now have two separate qualification sessions, one to set the sprint, one to set the race itself. No, Morris, it's not that nothing happens in it. Like last year, we've got Alonso off. Oh my God, Alonso just did a 180 to go back out the way he came because there were. My God, we've got some weird stuff going on this session. I'm not sure why they've called it a shootout. I know I know like IndyCar has their Fast Six, like the Fast Six shootout, because it's basically they're trying to get evoking a feeling of something else, and it's also to not say sprint quali, to confuse people between the actual quali. Yep, sorry, we'll be covering the sprint shootout, the quali, and quali later on. Yep, only one practice again. Only one practice session. Again, the order this for this year is basically is we got FP1, we've got the sprint shootout. The sprint race will be the first session tomorrow. we'll have quali in that second session tomorrow, and then Sunday or late Saturday, depending on where you are, will be will, will be the last session. It's a shootout to honor America's favorite pastime. Hey, hey, that's a little too close. That's funny, but not true. Oh my god. The commentators on F1 TV just made fun of the V card name. Genesis, do you think Leclerc Science is obviously better? And part of it right now, Science is driving for his career, so he's got nothing to lose and everything to gain, and he's just going for it and gunning it. On screen, they basically went through all of the names that team has gone through, from Toro Rosso to AlphaTauri to get finally saying the V carb name. Sargent just did a P2 with a 138.317. Hello. God bless America, everyone. Sargent's P2. He is 0.227 behind Leclerc, splitting the Ferrari boys. And he did that on a soft tire. So top three are on soft tires. So that was good for second place, and he thought that was a horrible lap. And Oscar is the other one to miss the pit lane entrance. The support for the America is one put in there. Uh, Warms my North Texan heart. If I'm actually from North Texas, I'm actually from New England. We have no heart up there. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, so right now our top three is Leclerc, Sargent, Science, as we've got 11 minutes let go in this session. Perez is coming out on an outlap, and again, besides Albon and the Ferrari, those are the only ones on track. The No, it's not Boston. It's Boston. BAW. I will not give you my. I'm actually don't have a Boston accent because I grew up south of Boston, and there's a different accent there, and there's a different accent as you go in through Providence into Worcester, not Worcester, Cranston, and then you get into Connecticut, and there's another accent there. So have fun. I'm not from Southie. And Alvin has just gone P1. Purple lap across the board here with 137.229. by an eight tenths faster. This is interesting. So Williams are 1 and 3 right now, with Ferraris 2 and 4. So Albon's got the Panda Bear helmet and has gone P1 in this session. Looking at you guys. Yeah, Williams being top of the board right now is kind of out of place. Perez right now, fastest first sector. He's on soft tires. Max is out. Started his lap though. Max taking the fastest sector by almost 2 tenths from his teammate. So Red Bull cooking right now. Oh, what happened here? Max two sectors already. Perez is coming to the end of his lap, making the last corner. And he comes across. Obviously, P1, 137, 158. Fastest third sector, but Max is hunting right behind him. Here's Max. And Max is going to go top of the board with a 136.660. Man, that's huge. So Max in the 136 right now. So about 5 tenths, half a second faster than his teammate, who's P2. So Max, where P1? Where do you expect on soft tires? So now we're seeing these glory runs right now. We've got 7.5 minutes to go in this session. You are listening to the Racing News YouTube channel. This is Grash along with you, giving you live action. Right now, we've just seen Red Bull paint a new line in the sand. Ricardo, P4, 137.2. Bottas goes P5, 137.56. Ricardo is 0.578 behind Max on a soft tire. Bottas, Zhou, P5, P6. Zhou is about a second off of Max's time. Ferrari are still out there. And, they're showing why Sergio, why the difference. They had a lockup around turn 6, but they are now flying right now. Sonoda is a P7, 138.006. And that was who's off the track. Uh, People going off track now. Where is the clerk? We got Leclerc right now. He's not improved in his times. Leclerc is 5 seconds off. He has been on these tires for a while, though. He's been out on track. One thing I do have noticed. We've got Norris on an outlap right now. No, Max did his fastest lap on soft, not hard, Jedez. Ocon right now, he's about to finish his lap, coming to that last turn. Oscar has the fastest first sector. And Ocon's going to be half a second off P3. Magnussen next to finish his lap. He's in sector 3 right now. We got 5 minutes to go in this session. Magnussen is 4/10 off of Max, 137.118. Oscar's improves in his time in sector 2. He's in the third sector right now. Got a good ways to go before about 15 seconds before he finishes his lap. Norris is starting a flying lap now. And Norris takes us the first fastest sector away from his teammate. So, Oscar goes P1. He's where is he? 0.03? So there's an incident with Norris and Magnussen with impeding, noted. Norris is second sector flying, purple. He's making a purple flying lap. Of note, Max Verstappen is now on an out lap, so he could be on new soft tires if that's what they're going to do here. Norris is coming to the end of his lap. He's got one more turn. Uh-oh. Shows Norris goes way off track for some reason. Did he abandon the lap? Weird. I think he came to the pits. Um, yeah. I think Lando abandoned the lap and came to the pits. So we won't know what that lap would have been. Lando look, what I saw was Lando going into the pits. It's just there's no line on the track for that pit, so it just looked like he was like taking that turn that turn very very yeah. So the calibration of the map, if a car goes past the turn on that map, they're heading into the pits. So Red Bulls are out on track. Perez taking fastest sector 2. He's 0.003 faster than Oscar in that. We get 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go in this session. You are listening to the Red Stations YouTube channel. We're getting these flying laps from teams. Max is 1.46 faster than Oscar after sector 2. So we've got stealing faster sectors right now. Lance Stroll on track, and he's going to take fastest sector 2. He's 0.363 faster than Oscar after 2 sectors. So we got Stroll cooking something right now. So Perez does a 136. 0.690. It gets him to P3, but we've got Max out there. He's about to finish his lap. And we've got Stroll in P. And so Max's point goes P2, stays in P2, 0.05 after Oscar. And Stroll goes P1, 136.302 at the top of the board. I know it's free practice, but this is fun watching people go to the top of the board they own. And he does it by 0.3 of a second, everyone. Like Stroll went faster than Oscar and Max by clear of 0.3. In fact, it's almost 3.85 0.5 faster than max. So it's gonna if this is what we're seeing in practice and this holds in quali, heck, we've got a weekend this weekend. China is gonna be interesting, and it's not the grass burning. And we're coming to the end of the session right now. So time has expired. The flag is out. So people basically these are the last few laps we'll see right now. And then people will be coming around for quali laps. So here we go. So I want to thank everyone who showed up. 4,000 who are watching right now. Um, the numerous likes. Thank you so much. Again, this is the Racing Statistics YouTube channel. This has been Grash with you with live action of this session. I think Akon is the only one left on track he's improving on his sector 1, sector 2 times. He's right currently P7. See, he's about to come across the line soon. So no further investigations for impeding for Norris and Magnussen. And let's see where Akon comes. He's the last one that they're following at the moment, and he's passed. So he does a 143, so at 137 lap, 0.3. Again, I want to thank everyone. We will be back in 2.5 hours for live play-by-play and coverage of the sprint shootout. We will probably be back in about 90 minutes, live in 90 minutes, after you know playing music. So, yeah, go get something to drink, get something to eat. Everyone, come back charged. We have a feeling that the sprint shootout is gonna be interesting. All right, so for Racing Statistics, this is Grash. I will see you in 2.5 hours. Take care, everyone.